다 시켰으니까 이래도 싱크가 안 맞으면 나는 모르겠다. 파이어 엠블렘 할 때는 싱크 잘 맞았었잖아. 난 야망이 좋기는 한데 이거 야망 고르면 슬리데린 가거든.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
찍먹해봤을 때 디자인이 별로 마음에 안 들더라고.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability.
그리핀도르
I
기숙사는 많이
detect a
봤었잖아.
growing sense of
나
ambition,
레븐클로나
an
후플푸프 중 하나를
eagerness
하고
for
싶거든.
power.
뭐를
Perhaps
할지
you
좀
belong in
생각해봐야겠어.
Slytherin.
영화에서는 그리핀도르는 기숙사 하루 종일 봤으니까 별로 하고 싶지 않고, 슬리데린은 셔츠 때 잠시 찍먹할 때 봤는데 분위기가 별로였어, 기숙사가. 그리고 슬리데린 기숙사도 영화에서 몇 번 봤잖아. 해리가 잠입을 한다던가 뭐 그런 식으로 여러 번. 그러니까 후플푸프나 레븐클로 중 고르자. 우플푸플해. 멈췄는데.
And your loyalty to a friend delayed your arrival here this evening. Better be Hufflepuff!
레븐클로는 학생이 몇 번 나온 거지. 레븐클로 숫자가 나온 적은 없어. 레븐클로랑 후플푸프는 진짜 비주얼 어떻게 생겼는지 영화에선 한 번도 본 적
Oh,
없어.
and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
내부는 못 봤지.
Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
It hasn't, Professor.
Now, here we are at the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff. Well done. Now go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the
같이는 못
morning to
들어가는
collect
거
you
아니야?
for your first class.
Thank
친구
you,
없는
Professor Weasley.
박치면은
You're
이제
welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at
바깥에서
Hogwarts.
기다리다가
Sleep
누가
well.
들어갈 때 얻어 걸려서 같이 들어가야겠네.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
와, 여기 뭔가 아늑하다. 진짜 잠 잘 올 것 같은 그런 비주얼이야. 딱 수면등 느낌 나지 않아? 근데 여기는 너무 편안해가지고 오히려 공부하려다가는 여기에선 그냥 자버릴 것 같다. 뭐 그냥 기숙사 전체가 수면실인데? 찜질방이야, 찜질방. 개꿀잠 자겠다. 와, 이런 안락 소파까지 다 마련돼 있어. 그냥 퍼 잘하고 준비를 해놨네. 이런 곳에서는 오히려 안 자면은 실례다. 공부 유기하고 자야지 정상인 기숙사네.
Can't imagine starting a musical this late.
You don't need to be frightened, little cat. Well, I had a friend who once went to a Muggle doctor. Piccadilly Circus.
눈뽕. 눈뽕.
People who boast are insecure. That's what my mother told me, and she knows everything.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
That one is true. Not the typical start to a new school.
That's dreadful. Well, I'm glad you made it here alive. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes, he travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course, and good luck.
I don't think it's anything special if you're family. Make him a boring lot if you ask me.
If I'm
Arthur's
honest,
got you.
I wish I had
It's all
something to
right.
boast about. But I'm hopeless at everything. Oh, I suppose that's something to boast about.
Anyone would.
You don't need to be
Arthur's got you.
frightened, little
It's
cat.
all right.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Have you ever had a pet, Arthur?
No. My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
That's good, isn't it?
Distribution version. I shan't tell. Certainly suits you.
이건 버그가 아니야. 마법이지.
Such a beautiful owl.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she? Is that your owl? I don't know whose she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know. I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do. Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... Being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so. I'm Lenora, by the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do. Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw? Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me. It was nice meeting you, Lenora. Of course. Adieu.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are. It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Revelio.
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up!
Lumos. Revelio.
Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says. Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like... inside and outside of the castle.
Revelio.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
아, 졸리다. 이거 이동 튜토리얼만 끝내고 오늘 쉬자.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Revelio. Our neighbour is someone who's related to the inventor of Skelegrove. Oh, it's true.
쉬자. 파엠 엔딩 본다고 기운을 다 썼더니 금방 피곤하네.